Tyrannis Cosplay presents with thanks to the following patrons a build recorded live on Twitch.
Okay, welcome back, boys and girls, ladies and jelly spoons, and those of you who don't subscribe to the binaries. Part two of tonight's stream, the cutting out of the bits of foam to make the test base for the Warhammer Chaos Lord helmet. Last stream, I cut out patterns and traced them across the foam, took a little while. So this time I'm going to cut the foam out and start gluing it together. But before I cut the foam out, I want to take one quick glance across at the file to see about the angles that stuff joins together and whether I need to worry about any tapered edges or whether they should all just be 90-degree cuts down like foam and shape the helmet. Yep. Okay. So let me just pop over there. Now I am. Let's just screen. I'm using what used to be, or what is, a Dr. Fate's helmet. You can see this is Unfold. I can't see it. It's Unfold. There we go. By JF Customs. So I quite like his work. I've gotten rid of all the extraneous dark pieces, so you can see the pink highlight there is that cheek piece. The helmet piece from the inside you can see is complete, and that the cheek connects to it. At the back we have the back of the head down to the nape and neck, and then those three pieces over there form the bottom of it. To give it that fin. Now obviously the helmet that I'm building is this one here, so we're going to modify this helmet a fair bit. The earpiece needs to be filled in, a base needs to be built for the horn to come off of it. The front of the helmet on that Chaos helmet is more like Boba Fett's helmet. There's a T across the eyes and down the center of the front. So we're going to do all of that, and then of course the details as appear on here. The crest down the middle, the gold trim, and obviously those dirty great big honking horns, and the base rings, this ring here and here that the horn mounts into, all need to be added to this base to fill it out and make it one. Obviously the front gets shaped a fair bit, but the basis of Dr. Fate's helmet will work well for that other one. So back to the stream. And back to OBS, so I can see if there's any chat going on. Now we're back to it. Cut out the foam. I think 90-degree cuts will be fine. So I'm going to separate the fixes out of the foam at first, trim them down to shape a lot easier. Already run the sharpening steel across the blades, so they're pretty damn sharp at the moment. Find separating them off makes cutting them out a dang sight easier than having extraneous material flopping around trying to do it. Are you the only one with an echo? Oh, let me see. Do I have both? That might be my fault. Hang on a sec. Let me see if... How's that, Danny? Has that gotten rid of the echo now? Mary had a little lamb the doctors were surprised. It looks like I had both microphones on both cameras. There we go. Yep, I had both mics on both cameras turned on simultaneously. Cool bananas. Okay. Now, on with the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the big faceplate. Now that's too damn close together, because I did that like a noob. So you hear it asked over and over and over again, what side of the ink should I be cutting on? Well, the piece of paper, when you trace it, you trace the line around the outside of the piece of paper. If you want your foam to be exactly the same size as your pattern, you cut the ink off. So you cut to the inside line. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I find the 10mm wide blade cuts around corners a little more smoothly than the 18mm blade, because you're fighting all that width. The other thing, if you're new to foam cutting, the angle that you hold the blade at when you're cutting through your foam makes a difference. I like to keep my blades on a shallow angle, use a lot of blade width. If you cut straight up and down, you're sawing through the foam and you're going to end up with jagged edges. You want a nice smooth cut, because that's where you're going to be gluing. So that being said, and try and keep the blade at 90 degrees to the surface of the foam. See, nice smooth cut. So I mentioned earlier on, Danny, and I think it might have been after you logged out, links are open in chat. So if you have a project that you're working on, or a project that you've worked on that you're kind of proud of, feel free to link it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you keep your album of images, so the rest of us in chat can check it out. It didn't quite push all the way through, because, you know, I'm a professional. Okay. One Piece. That'll make a great name for an anime. One Piece. I think it's already taken that way. Someone a while ago accused me of over sharpening my blades. You don't have to keep sharpening your blades that often. Well, blades are cheap, so wearing them away with the sharpener is not a major issue. And two, I'd rather have the blades kept constantly sharp than sharpen them infrequently and have them tear great chunks of foam away. Although this blade is not holding its edge particularly well, because it's possible for a blade to be too sharp. Well, I reckon I'm sharpening them too frequently. You should be able to get 3 or 4 cuts out without having to sharpen it again. you know what? You do it your way and I'll do it my way, and we'll both be happy, all right? Okay, now let's cut that across there because we need that bit. Whee! So, do you build, Danny? Are you a fellow cosplayer at all? I know it looks like I'm just slinging stuff over my arm here, but no, that's where the rubbish bin is, down there. Okay, should be able to get a nice. Flowy, smooth. Computers is your area. Then you branched into photo and AV. Fair enough. Well, photography is an art form in itself. Audio visual. I did sound desk today for a talent show for the local radio station, so can relate to your AV. I run my own DJ company. I know, everybody's a DJ, except I've been a DJ for 30 years. We are the ones doing Who Did Evolve. Oh, okay, sweet. The Evolve AV. Well, then you know me from Evolve last year. We're anxiously waiting to see what the Evolve time frame is for this year. You failed English a little there. I think we all fail English from time to time. And the only problem I find with these 10mm wide blades is they can bow and not give you a nice flat cut. You just have to be a little more controlling with your cuts. Okay. Expect Evolve later in the year. Yeah, we did do two last year, one early and one later. So, but hey, any Evolve's better than no Evolve. So I'll be at the Intergalactic Stock Exchange on, I think it's the 17th, St. Paddy's Day weekend. It's also Crabfest Day weekend here in Madras, so I'm not sure whether they are aware of the impact that that may or may not have. I can't see many cosplayers and pop culture people being involved with CodeFest. I can see their parents, unfortunately, wanting to go to that over going to a convention. So we'll see how we go. I'm also roped into the AV for the Madman comp happening. Sweet. Yeah, I don't get to enter Madman, as from my understanding, Madman, one of the rules of their competition is that your cosplay must be Japanese origin. So the anime or the cartoon or the comic or the game or whatever you base your costume on must have a Japanese heritage. And unfortunately, most of the things that I cosplay, or most of the IPs that I'm interested in, are not Japanese heritage. So, yeah, mind you, going and watching the con and watching other cosplayers, that's always good anyway. You don't have to compete to enjoy yourself. Okay, so this is the back of the skull. So it's quite complex. Well, not quite complex, but it is far more complex than just a single shape, so that it will dome correctly. Talon Sword Foundry, hey! How you doing? Looking to see where my WD-40 is. I thought I had it sitting over there. Probably need to give the old sharpener a spray. Yes, it's been a while, Talon. I've been very, very slack. But, in my defence, this is my second stream today, so, you know, I'm trying to play catch up. You're making lunch? Just had dinner, mate. It's 9 o'clock here, 9 p.m. So yeah, but doing all right. Doing all right. Good days, bad days, you know, just like everybody else. Yeah, that was a bit messy. Whoop! I really probably should put that out of harm's way. It's in April. Yes, yes. I thought it might have been a little further down the track. Let's pop that up there out of the way. It's getting in the elbow room. You mean April for Madman, don't you? Danny, Madman Comp Cosplay Events Perth 2019. To be confirmed, that link says. Preliminary round of the Madman National Cosplay Championships. Perth preliminary round Saturday, April 27. Venue location to be advised for the 2020 competition. And going forward after 2019, the preliminary rounds will be taking place at Madman Anime Festival Perth in October, with the winner going to the finals the following calendar year. Okay. Cool. Well, I am going to bookmark that for the moment, so I can share it across to my Cosplay page and share the love on that. Doink! So thanks for passing that on to me, mate. So what have you been up to, Talon? Much? Helter Skelter Cosplay. How are you doing? Well, it's been a few weeks since we've had a chat. Getting any build work done, mate? I don't think that's correct. I just got a pop-up message saying your Twitch stream details. Yeah, it's been a while. Yes, I got the legs and the arms built for Doom. Sweet. Come on. Now, even though I said I like to cut with my blade on a shallow angle, when I'm cutting into corners like that, you'll often see me bring the blade up at 90 degrees and cut right in to the corner so that I know that I'm not missing any of the cut. Like so. So that you know it goes straight through. It goes straight through, and it is at 90 degrees. Whereas on an angle, and you pull the blade away, your cut is on an angle as well. It doesn't go straight up and down at the very end of the cut. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean. Now, really should, when you're coming into a really tight V like that, you really should cut from the thick bit into the thin bit instead of trying to cut from the point backwards, because the foam will tend to curl away. So yeah, see, get a nice 90-degree on the inside angles of the corners and right to the very tip there. Continuing on, this is a proof of concept for a commission piece. Yes, I'm using, let's do this. Doink. The stream and shut that page. No, cancel. Don't shut that page down. I need to keep referring back to it, you silly peanut. Yay. So I'm building the helmet that's on that blue piece of armor, but it will not be going with that blue set of armor. That is good news. I am just waiting for a chat with a couple of peeps as to how I'm getting to Supernova this year, whether it is part of a sponsorship arrangement. Wait one, let me check. Let's throw a screen back up there, which should be that. One, two, three, four. Okay, the Samsung mic should be turned off. Hopefully that fixed that issue. Boink, boink. Yep. I haven't gone through all the scenes on my OBS and dropped the broken mic off and brought the webcam mic up. Thanks for that, mate. Okay. Now we have an echo even now that I've closed that scene down. One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay, they're both down, so we should just have only one, 2, 1, 2, 3. We should only have one audio input now. Turn that right off, that right off, and that right off. There should be no echo at all now. Yay? Sorted? Sweet. Yeah, unfortunately, that really nice Samsung mic of mine, Samsung mic of mine is damaged. So tonight I'm running the audio off of one of my webcams, but unfortunately I'm using two webcams. Of course, that overhead one up there and the face cam there, and it's telling each scene which microphone to ignore. I'll get it sorted, and then I'll get a replacement microphone, and I'll have to go through it all again. Yay! Flip. That's blunt again. I might replace that blade. I hate sawing through foam. There we go, nicely done. Sure, I got a pack of blades there. Which ones are those? Titanium precision blades. Are they 18s? I think they are. They're 18s. Which means it's this pack here, which is the 10s. Yes, don't make the mistake of going to get the blades out of the packet by pulling them up with your thumb, because that's all sharp blade, all that whole face. That may or may not be the voice of experience speaking, okay? Come on. Sweet. Lovely and sharp. It's just the way it's supposed to be. Are you still out there, bud? Guess not, huh? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is cut these 6 darts out of this piece, and then the faceplate. The shop elf is good. We picked her up from Dad this afternoon. And obviously she's tucked up in bed now in preparation for school tomorrow. She's in year 1 this year. She's lost her first 2 teeth. So she's all excited about having grown up teeth now. So I wonder if that's still hiding away in the background. Click that there. And see if we can't put there we go. We should now have some of Abby started kindy and loving it. Good. So pop some background music back in there, stuff that isn't going to affect my YouTube streaming. This is from the Judge Project, which I regularly use as my backing music, supplied by Dark Energy Designs, who is the muso and who has given us the permission to use his original stuff in the background of the stream. I don't like using normal music in the background. Not that this isn't normal music, but proprietary music in the background of my stream tends to throw my YouTube videos for a spaz when I post them up to YouTube. So I did a stream earlier on before dinner, and I showed off the latest finished commission, but I like it, so once I've cut this last piece of foam out of here, I'm going to show it off again for those people who didn't join me for tonight's earlier stream, so you don't feel like you've missed out. Okay. You just missed it? Oh, well, that's all right. Okay, so that's all of the tapers. All that's going to glue together and form a half dome. So my latest completed build use that. So I finally got it finished, although in this light it does show that I need to fix up a bit of the tips of the horns. I want them blacker than that. So it's made out of EVA foam floor mats, same stuff that I'm using now for this build. 2mm foam for the raised details. The patterns are available from Punished Props from Bill and Brittany Duran. Okay, and I used the shoe polish technique to age and weather it, and I had a friend of mine print up the chainmail for me as solid sheets of chainmail. There are 3 cut down and shaped there across the back. Yes, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So the steel horned helmet from Skyrim, that one is. Let's pop that back up there out of the way and continue with the lopping and the chopping of the foam. So this is one solid piece. This is the face piece up over to the crown of the head and off to the temples, with these cheek pieces going in here. So let's get to lopping off the excess foam, the bits we don't need. Where to start? That looks like a good place. Come at that from there. So that background music isn't too loud, is it? It should just be there to fill up the dead audio while I'm not talking. I think maybe the thinner blade might be better for doing these curved lines, so let's shorten the blade up a bit so it doesn't tend to bow. One of the arms from Duck Doom. Let's take a gander at that. Nice. With your obligatory Space Invaders t-shirt on. I like it. I like the elbow joint too, and those seams look mighty fine, mate. You're doing great work. like it. Yummy. It's not quite on a... Nah. It is, isn't it? Boink. Six mil foam, absolutely. I like the big sheets of foam that we get from that supplier, but I also like the relatability of using floor mats. Anyone can grab a floor mat and can build stuff out of floor mats. So yeah, I like both. Now for stuff like this, proof of concepts, El Cheapo floor mat as opposed to some nice high quality foam. I'd rather burn through a couple of floor mats to find out this doesn't work. But actually, I'm cutting this line, but I'm looking at this line here. This chevron that comes out actually connects into the eye, and the eye comes out, and that's all one piece to be removed because the top of the eye doesn't line up. It drops in to give you the curve. That's going to be an interesting one to re-glue. Because all of this glues back to itself. It's just to give it that curve. So, yes. Roll from the reject shop? Yep, indeed. I've got a roll of that sitting over there somewhere. I did Phasma out of that, and the checker plate pattern on the back, because that stuff is rolled for so long, so tightly, impressed upon the front of the foam, and I just couldn't get rid of it. And it showed through Phasma all the time. So I've disposed of Phasma. She went in the trash compactor, just like she did in the movie. The only thing I've got left of her is her helmet and her rifle. Dark and furry. Furry started streaming again just recently. Sweet. Yeah, and Dark popped up in my Facebook feed a couple of days ago. Nothing creative related, just a new DP, but it was good to see that he was still alive and kicking. I'm going to take that big wedge out pretty much last so that there's still some solidity to the foam while I'm cutting and throwing it around the bench. Notice quite a few of the streamers have had a break from being creative. Yeah, it's a shame. But if you're not feeling it, then you shouldn't be forcing yourself to do it just so that you can keep a stream schedule. You've got to feel creative to be creative. I mean, sure.
No, all you need to do is get into a routine and keep doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. It starts feeling like work then. Oh, your white balance is all over the place, isn't it? No, I don't want to burn out. Did you have a shower and hurt your ear hole?
I haven't showered. It's gone down and smelling enough that I can move the bar, but it's still obviously fucking painful. I need to move the bar to get the bits that I can clean.
You're the one who wanted another great big hunk of metal stuck in the side of your head. Whatever.
Which said if they get another tattoo. I need to think of something to put in the middle of my back.
In the middle of your... Oh, right, another tattoo. Right.
Well, it looks boring having two little bits on the
Oh, right, it looks boring having, like, you know, a normal human being.
Yes.
Right, okay then. Didn't quite get that as clean in there as I wanted to, and that's going to show. Yeah, Health Skelter says hello.
Hello. confusing because I'm looking at that one, but I can see myself in that one.
Yes,
And then
well, that's
live.
live time,
That's
and
Twitch.
that's delayed time. Yes,
Right, so they're looking at, they can see
they
that
see
one, not
that,
that one.
but I need to see that so I can
You
see
the
chat. Lol.
Roll.
Lol.
Hey, pretty girl. What did you notice I checked into your
Yeah, I heard it squeak at the door. I was like,
Oh, that was me closing the door. I stood there and stared
While
at
you're
you like a good 10
watching
seconds.
your bloody well Sailor Baboon.
It's in my ear. Oh, that's what I did.
G'day live. Hi there. How you doing? Come on, get around the corner. That's the way. Yeah, it has been a little while. I haven't streamed for quite a few months. I don't think I've actually streamed properly since Dad passed away. So yeah. Sorry. I'm doing all right. Same as everybody. Some ups, some downs, you know. That's it, life stuff, indeed. It's not quite sharp enough to do that. Damn it. Do not curl over. I got to just cut a sliver out of there to pull that together correctly above the eye. Got it without it curling over, you little ripper. Life does get in the way. Life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. I think I might need the little one to do the eyeball. Okay, so let me, I'm using Dr. Fate's base, so get rid of the fin off the top, get rid of the trim and all the fancy looking gunk. All that goes. All I'm using is the faceplate, the cheeks, the back, right down the neck, so just that base, and I'm using that as the basis to make a helmet like this. So there'll be a lot of enhancement made to it, obviously. All the trim will need to be put on there. The eyes are shaped differently. There's a slot down the front. There are mounds here and here to mount the horns on, and of course there are the horns and then all that trim. But the Dr. Fate helmet has the right base shape underneath all of that detail to build on. So that's the project, but this is the starting point. Easy, really? Nothing to it. Do you do anything to the pepper cure to make it foam friendly? Normally I look for foam friendly patterns, but essentially the pepper cure patterns will have no tabs on them and tend to have less polygons. It should be nice, I hope so. Like I said, this is the prototype. So, this is a commission for a fellow, so I'm actually building him a fair bit of the hardware that goes with the Chaos armor from 40k, or a Chaos variant, I should say. But not all of it. The helmet and a few of the chest guard and pauldrons and stuff I'll be making. He's doing the majority of stuff himself. I would say, if anything, he would like it done for Supernova here in Perth, which is the last weekend in June, or June 29-30. And I'd like to try and have my own build for that weekend as well. My background seems a little loud to me. There we go. Oh, plenty of time. Yeah, for his and for some commissions. Not so much plenty of time for his, the rest of the commissions, and mine. See how we go. I don't know whether I really need this very thin one, giving it... Well, I'm about 80% sure of what I want to build for myself, Helter. I'm not confident that I can get it done to the level I want it done in time for Nova. But I'm planning on doing Anduin from the Battle of Azeroth trailer, where he goes up against Sylvanas. I have patterns for the in-game version of the armor, so I want to use the in-game silhouette of the armor, but I have all the trailer cut down to frame by frame, and I want to do it as detailed as the trailer armor built on the game armor, because the trailer armor is more realistic, more humanoid, but the game armor is more impressive and powerful. But I still don't look pretty. So we'll see how we go, because that's a shit ton of work. Speaking of shit tons of work, oh, it is. It's going to be. But if it comes off the way I want it to come off, it'll be well worth it, and it will be my evolution of my Nordic. Because while my Nordic is pretty much what I'm known for, him and Totoro, yeah, I am, but I don't want to be seen as the guy who did the Nordic and then faded away. And I want to push myself to improve upon my Nordic, because I love him, but I don't want to go backwards personally. I don't want to make something really... I mean, as a casual cosplay and a comfortable cosplay, yeah, but if I'm going to compete again this year, obviously I want to improve upon what I competed with last time. And that trailer just made me all freaking tingly anyway, man. So much so that, you know, I'd go horde for 24 hours just to, you know, hang around with Sylvanas a little bit. She's totally badass in that freaking trailer. Although, when you play the game and you read the book, she's an outright bitch, but hey. Don't tell Jeffrey I said that, because he thinks she's a hero. Finally competing again this year. It's been 3 years since I entered anything. Yeah, we lost Oz Comic Con, which has made it a little more difficult for us here in WA and for our brothers and sisters in Adelaide. We only have one very big competition, although there is that Berliner competition, but I think they're going to lean heavily towards sewing. Then there's the Madman competition, which the competition itself is quite big, but your project has to have a Japanese heritage. And pretty much nothing that I build comes from a Japanese background. Not pretty much. Nothing that I've built or that I'm interested in at the moment. I haven't come across anything that lights my fire that I can go, yeah, well, this is from an anime, or this is from a comic that is from Japan, which, to my understanding, is one of the guides that they use for Madman. Oh, I don't know. Did Transformers start off as a Japanese thing? I don't know, man. I mean, it's only one con, so it's not like it's the be-all or the end-all, but it does our big competitions, like, you know, win trips overseas type competitions, compete and represent Australia on the world stage. Here in WA, we get 2. I think, like most cosplayers and pop culture nerds, I have 3 bucket list conventions. Dragon Con, because everybody I follow on Facebook and Twitch, Evil Ted, Bill and Britt, bloody well Volpin, they all say Dragon Con. I want to go to San Diego Comic Con because that's like it. And because I've been playing WoW forever, for like 13, 14 years, I also want to go to BlizzCon at some stage. I'd love to do those three. It would mean two things. It would mean getting a passport. It would also mean going to America. But hey, I could do that. I could do that for any one of those three conventions. Oh yeah, BlizzCon. Oh yeah, just the spectacle of it, and the fact that every costume there is a Blizzard costume. Oh yeah, I'm winning lotto. That'd be good. San Diego Comic Con, you mayor about? Yeah, I want to catch up with Adam Savage. I want to bump into him on a con floor somewhere. I want him to be in his no-face or his Totoro while I'm in my Totoro. That'd be cool. Although shipping Totoro to the US could be an issue. a winning lotto type of issue, yes. So you'd have to win a con with him so that they pay the freight. Send out a message for Adam to come here? Yeah, but you know where he'd end up, don't you? Freaking Eastern States. Okay. Cutting out the other eyeball. Come on. Can I go into lurk mode? No worries. Thank you very much. It's good to be back. It's good to have you guys back in chat, helping me get through my cosplay. So yeah, you go into lurk mode. That's cool. We all do it. Hi there, koala bear.
What are you making?
I'm making a helmet.
What's it from?
Well, this is Dr. Fate's helmet, but I'm going to use it as the basis. You missed me? Cool. Thank you. I missed you guys too. Sitting there in the bottom of that deep dark hole. Stopped being fun, no? They can see you. They can see your elbow popping in and out of the screen. And they know you're there because they can hear me talking to you.
No, they can't. I don't exist.
You don't exist. You are a figment of my imagination.
Yes.
Sweet! You're a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
You're a freaking weirdo is what you are. So how many hours of Sailor Moon did you end up getting?
I don't know.
Well, hopefully you got a...
Well, I'm on the second disc already.
There you go. So you can't be a figment of imagination because Helter Skelter can hear you.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Helter is a mate of mine. He's my fellow Cyberman. You know my big black Darth Cyber that I did, that I showed you girls over in the other house? Well, Helter did a proper silver Cyberman. We walked the con floor together. And got stopped every, like, 15 seconds to get photos. It was amazing! And somewhat fucking hectic. See, even telling Sword can hear you. Danny can see you because you popped into the screen.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
There you go.
I don't exist.
That's the newest member of the household. We just go out and find stray people, bring them home, apparently.
Well,
That's my niece, guys. That's my my sister's oldest. She's come to stay with us for a while.
because I'm fantabulous.
Because you're fantabulous.
Yes.
We're gonna have to come up with a stream name for you, because Little Miss is the workshop elf and has been for ages, and Crumble Bums is the high elf. Manager elf? She's not bloody managing me.
I'm company elf.
Company elf.
Company elf. Pop in and out and keep me company every couple moments.
Sailor Moon elf.
Yes.
A
that's
kid
what-
that's camera shy in this day and age. Yeah, I know, right? Eh? Doesn't live with the selfie thing going snap, 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 snap.
You could be like the workshop fairy.
The
Yes.
workshop fairy. She could be an ebony elf, like an ivory elf and an ebony elf.
That works.
Oh, sad.
Well, I was thinking
Is any of my iced tea in the fridge? Or is it all like sugar content?
Why did you?
Do you want some juice?
Actually, yeah. Is there any fruit juice in the fridge that's cold?
Yeah. I'm like current.
Apple and black currant, lovely. Anything that isn't from the Coca-Cola company would be great at the moment. Okay, so there's very little left to cut out on this, and we can start throwing some glue around. I have this wedge to come out of here, which is going to shape the forehead, and then that wedge that comes out of the front here, that gives us a tapered, rounded front down the front. And then, of course, once it's all glued together in shape, that's going to cut out any goddamn way.
Looks like a sad octopus.
It does look like a sad octopus. Oh,
Like Davy Jones.
Yes.
With his tentacles.
David
you
Jones.
best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. Are you drinking my juice?
That's not Davy Jones, but the
It was.
It was not.
Who was it then?
That's Gary Aldridge.
Oh,
He's
Barbosa.
Barbosa.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yo ho, yo ho.
Bennett.
Yo ho, was stabbing the eye for me. So you're going to make a Sailor Baboon costume for Supernova?
Maybe I don't know how to make.
You don't know how to make
Nope. But I don't make anything.
University of YouTube. That's how you make.
I only watch people play games on YouTube.
Well, time to broaden your knowledge. Hopefully Cyber Leader will be at Supernova. Sweet. That is well worth looking forward to. How sharp is that? Sharper now. Oh, like hot knife through butter. Like sharp knife through foam. Mwah! Loves it. My precious, I love it. My precious.
You're a foam surgeon.
We call ourselves foam smiths, but thank you, like a blacksmith. Foam smith. It's nurple.
It's squishy.
Yeah, it's
Where do you get all of this from?
from the moon.
No, don't.
Most of this stuff, the sheets, I buy from Bunnings.
Bunnings
Lo-
warehouse.
Yeah. If Heather gets her bum into gear, she will be there as Miss Hartigan from the same episode. Cool bananas, but to be fair, she does have a shitload on her plate. How's her studies coming along at Whopper? Zing! One more cut to go. Tis done. My friends, all the pieces, they are being cut. Yep, I hit the camera, didn't I? Because I'm a Wally. Where's Wally? Right here in front of the camera. Meh. Oh, that should be around so you guys can see. This is a non-PC Kevin Bloody Wilson politically correct free zone. Right. Let's hit it with the heat gun, Harry. What, her vampire show?
Vampire Diaries, yes. You should have just stayed a teenager.
Oh, God, no, don't wish that upon me again.
No, we just lost places. We're not going to teenagers. You haven't been.
She started second year and will be making a dress and corset from the 1800s, plus working on some productions this year. Sweet. She's still enjoying it, I hope. Time for the aromatherapy part of today's lesson, boys and girls.
It is not. And y'all just believe it. Well, maybe we don't want to believe it because you're not so special.
Me?
No.
I'm
Elena of Vampire
I'm
Diaries.
very special.
I don't like it. I don't think she's very special, but everyone else seems the world revolves around her or something.
That revolves around me.
No, it doesn't. Apparently it revolves around Elena.
Around Klaus.
No, I'm talking about
That's a big yes. She is still enjoying it. Lovely.
what?
Makes it easier to knuckle down and do the work portion of it if she's still enjoying it. I'm answering questions and talking to the people who are watching me.
Oh, bagel. Looks like honey.
It doesn't taste like honey.
How do you know? You haven't tasted it.
Okay. I have not experimented with the contact cement to see what it tastes like. No. They can see your pajamas pants dancing on the studio.
Actually, these are pajamas. I just use them as such.
God, they better be pajamas. Anybody that wears those fuckers out in public deserves to be,
Burnt at the stake.
well, they deserve to have their hippie license given back.
I just use them as jerseys because I would never wear them out in public.
Sure you would.
I would.
You're a trendsetter.
No, no. Mom is.
Mum is a trendsetter.
She wears this sort of stuff.
Mum's a freaking emo. I mean,
What? No, she isn't. She's a weirdo. She wears this kind of things out public. She walked. That's just
'Cause she
with
got no
her
shame.
pajamas on.
yep, that's because you guys shamed her, so she shamed you back.
What did we do? Nothing. Exactly. Boobies. Boobies.
Where did you get boobies from? There's absolutely nothing on my screen or screens.
I said poopies.
Yeah,
I said poopies.
yeah, right.
I did.
Very mature. Very mature, Ebony.
Well, obviously. Duh. I thought you were going to stick it together.
I am, but you let contact adhesive cure before you stick it together, because as soon as you touch it together, as soon as it makes contact, it sticks.
So you can't pull it apart.
You're not supposed to. So you can leave it up to, well, actually you can leave it up to a couple of hours before you bring it together, but normally like 5-10 minutes, depending upon the heat and humidity, how thickly you've spread it and stuff.
Okay, we're gonna let you stick that together.
Sorry?
Okay.
Get ourselves a nice clean seam. Lovely. We get that little kick out of the front there. Oh. Hey, Boney. Scrooge. Helter's put a picture up to show you. This is... Yeah. Oh, thank you. See? See?
That's cool.
Does, doesn't it? That's actually supposed to bend the other way. Boom. Okay, so while that's drying, instead of putting pressure on it by doing the bits close to it, I'm going to do these two outside lines. Just wish it was cool to wear. Yeah, it's cool to look at. That's my favourite line when we're at the costumes. People go, cool costume, man. No, it's not. Try wearing the thing for half an hour. They have no idea. Still using the patented powder pop stick glue applicator. Because I can get a nice thin coat that goes right out to the very edges of my seams, which allow me to get nice crisp seams. It also means that I can get right into the inside parts of wedges. Great for weight loss though, indeed. The sauna technique, I believe that's referred to as. Fortnite dancing happening right beside me.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we know. Doom's going to be hotter. Yep. Because you got that big old chest piece on. Now you're enclosing your arms and your legs. You get the helmet over your head, which is going to stop the heat from escaping from your noggin. Yeah, it's going to be nice and warm. And then he's got all the undersuit and the cloak as well. Oh, Jesus, mate. I got a new subscriber this afternoon, so I had to engrave their name on there. Danny6167 subscribed to me. So everybody who subscribes gets their name on the subscription piece of foam. And the good thing is, the more, if I run out of room, I can just put jigsaw puzzle around the edge, join up another couple of bits of foam and keep going. It's great.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No chest piece, just the tunic. Well, it may help a little. He says, hopefully. Really? Eh.
I'm dead. I use a tiny human.
You are now. Well, you always have been, but
Now I use a tiny human. Doesn't smell very nice.
I reckon it smells bloody awesome.
It smells a little funny.
Smells like success, like creativity. Yo, Craftworks, how you doing?
So are people just watching you, or are they like doing something else and watching
Well, probably a bit of both.
Cool.
Sometimes we sandbag, which means you watch somebody's stream while you're building.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you actually watch the stream to learn how to do what's happening in the stream. Sometimes you just pop in to keep people company while they're doing their builds.
Huh. Cool.
It has been a long time, yeah, mate. I apologise for that. You know, life. But for the moment, I'm back. I know, depressing, isn't it? Get some bend going on there. Yeah. It does look a bit like Groot. Yeah, it won't look a bit like Groot when I'm done. It is good to be back. It's been way too long, and you guys incentivize me. My Sunday build days seem to have quite dried off. I've had to miss a few because of staff, and I think my grumpy attitude is wearing a bit thin on creative people, and understandably so. So getting back into streaming on Twitch means at least I got your company for a while. And if I get too damn grumpy, you just turn me off. That's good too, see?
Okie dokie.
It's complicated.
It sounds extremely and highly annoying. That's what
What, her love life? Hell yeah.
No, the Vampire Diaries show.
Oh, well, yeah, considering it's like the one she's watching now is a spin-off of a different one, and it's like...
Well, what I don't get
Is vampires?
no, is why
Why aren't they
Elena
sparkling?
is so special.
I don't know. I don't even know who the hell you're talking about. Doesn't...
It's the main girl or whatever.
Right, see? Okay. Wonderful. That's great. Does she fly a spaceship?
No.
Does she wear armor?
She's just a beehole.
Does she have a hammer?
No, she has nothing.
Turn green when she's angry?
Nope.
Well, then I'm not fucking interested. There you go. Easy. She doesn't do any of those things. I don't care. That was easy, wasn't it, boys and girls?
You're so hilarious.
Go away, Moth. Is she in Doctor Who? There you go. None of those things. We don't care. I was in Tokyo Underground yesterday. 50% off all their Doctor Who merch. I hate having no money. It was there and there. And it's upside down to you guys, so you don't care. Let's try that again. It's a curse. It is. That whole lack of... There's a curse. I'm losing resolution from what I'm seeing on OBS on the screen over here as opposed to what I'm seeing on the bounce back, which is a shame. Ah, it's only money. It's not the be-all and end-all to every... Well, okay, it's close though, isn't it? Unfortunately. Was it? Money isn't everything. Yes, correct. Neither is oxygen, but try living without any of that too. Okay, so we're really starting to get the curve in there now. Once we pull these in together, it'll wrap around the forehead more. Obviously, we've got to get some curve happening both this way and this way. I think what I'll do is bring the forehead piece together first and then bring that over to meet it. Correct, it helps. Yeah, we're all in the same boat though, really, aren't we? Still way too much week left at the end of the paycheck. Okay, I think this might actually work. I'm liking the shape of it. Obviously, there's a lot of detail to be added, a fair bit to be trimmed away to give it the shape that we're going to need. And that, I'm feeling good about the core shape that we're going to get. Gotta go? Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, it's good to be streaming again. I don't know why it took me so long to point the camera at the desk and turn the fucking thing on, eh? Because that's all it really took. Take care of yourself, man. Have a good day at work. And that's going to be all bunched together and go along the top. And then those three pieces are arched across the back. So. Give it a little bit of a help to form the shape that we want, which is like a bowl. A little less stress against the glue. Okay. Now to get this center ridge bit glued in, and then pull it in with the eyes.
Do you like a jelly bean?
No.
It's a good one.
No.
It's not bad.
N freaking O.
It's just a little jelly
Take a Birdie Beetle's vomit and dirty socks and last week's underwear, jelly beans, and piss the hell off.
It's not any of those. It's you would eat it all the time.
Go away!
It's in food. It's not a bad
Go the hell away with your Harry Potter bloody...
How do you know that's the Harry Potter one?
Because they're the only freaking ones you got.
No, I've got Big Boots in my bedroom. But yeah, it is the Harry Potter one. Here.
No!
It's a good one.
I will tell your mum.
She made one.
Yeah, well...
She likes it. It was great. It's a good one. Okay, so where's that? Yeah. It's a good one.
Kimberly ate a vomit one, alright? Take it away.
Yeah, she
I'm not...
hated it.
No, go away.
Come on.
Go away.
No,
You eat it. See? No, I don't have to. I'm cleverer than you are.
Georgia was a good one. Doesn't taste bad. Yeah, try this one then. This one was pepper flavor. Yeah. This one's marshmallow.
I'll swap you. You can. There.
Just eat this. It's marshmallow. You can't smell it. You can't smell it.
I know where you sleep.
Yeah, right there.
I will shave your head if this is yucky.
I want my head shaved, so I don't care. It's marshmallow. I need a different one.
You only think it's marshmallow. No, one's enough. Go away.
She ate 3.
I don't care. I'm not her. I'm her dad.
Exactly. So she did too.
Uh-huh.
What's this bit?
That is the... See, that's going to come together. Like
Is that the back part?
that. That is going to go in there
Okay, so
and
that's the
form
top
the
bit.
top and the back of your head down to the about there.
Okay. I need you. Oh. Yeah. The greatest cup in the world. Okay?
I think I need to take another look at that.
Okay, fair enough. Give me this. Right. So this line here actually joins with that line there, and that forms the ridge down the back of the head. I thought that actually wedged into it, but it didn't.
The greatest cup of all time.
The greatest cup of all time.
Yeah.
That's not it. The greatest cup of all time.
No, this one is.
No, that's got Sailor Baboon all over it.
Exactly.
It does.
Exactly. That's why it's the greatest cup.
Right. Let's see how Sailor Moon goes up against Darth Vader, shall we? Huh?
I think it's the greatest cup, okay?
Is it a greater cup than the Goblet of Fire?
Well, it's pretty great.
did.
I didn't even look.
It's got anime girls all over it.
No.
Don't you? You're not supposed to be touching.
Are you gonna make it go?
I'm gonna put the magic in it. Everything I touch turns to magic and stuff. Yeah. No, probably not. It's probably going to end up being blood red with gold trim on it.
That'll be cool.
Not bright red, dirty, scungy blood red.
It'll be cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to look scary. But this is just the prototype at the moment. We're not sure it's actually going to work, but I think it is.
What, this cup?
Yes, I know. It's almost the best cup in the world.
It is the best cup in the world. It is.
Along with the other 25,000 that they made in the same run.
I don't care. It's the best cup. Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him.
It's the best cup. Okay?
You sure it's the best cup? Maybe it's just a tribute.
No.
Maybe it's not the best cup in the world. Maybe it's just a tribute cup.
No. It is the best cup in the world. Okay? And your cup only has one person on it.
It only needs one person on it.
No. And mine's colourful. And they're so great. And I didn't accidentally slap something on it.
You didn't accidentally slap yourself in the face, so you slapped yourself in the face on purpose there.
No, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Screen user, it didn't happen, eh?
It didn't happen. Yeah, sorry. You sure you don't want any more jelly beans?
I'm sure I don't want any more jelly beans.
Does your people want some jelly beans? They have one jelly beans. I'm gonna put them away. Keep that in here for you.
Well, seams are pretty tight. Well, except for that one there, that's... dirty big seam there. That's not right.
Oh, lovely. It's taking shape. It's not
It
a
is.
sad octopus anymore.
It's not a sad octopus anymore. It's a duck. That's it. It's Howard the duck.
Wink. Wink, wink. Back. Move. Meow, 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 meow. Baby's on shape. Baby chest. Do, 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 do.
Okay, so I pushed glue into that seam that isn't playing ball. We'll give that a couple of minutes to cure, and let's start seeing if we can't lay up some of this. Get some of this action going. Get some glue in there. Okay. Nope, I think it needs to be left alone a little bit longer. I can't remember how those three go together, whether they go together that way or whether they go together that way. It would appear maybe we need we'll go together that way. Actually, need okay, so yes, let's give it that way. Sorry, I've got the Pepakura pattern up on the other screen, making sure that I have faces connecting correctly. That goes there. Okay. Cool. I think I'll bring the middle one together first and then start working on those to curve it all in even tighter. So what I want is the glue to cover the entire surface of the joint and specifically go right out to the outside edge that's going to be the exposed surface, the surface that he's going to see, so that we can get nice clean joins like that and that. I find the secret is to make sure that there's enough glue on there to cover the entire surface, but not enough glue to pull up. And I like the paddle pop stick to put it on with, because I tend to get a nice smooth application across the entire surface. With the paddle pop stick, I see other people putting it on and then smoothing it out with the foam. I just see that as double handling what we're doing with the one go with the stick. But different strokes for different folks, and I did not leave that well and truly enough alone. That seems to have joined up very nicely now. So of course, like I said, this build has more of a Mandalorian kind of look to it. So the eyes will end up going across. Well, let's spin out.
Good night, love you.
Oh yeah, it's 11:15. You got school tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, love you.
Okay, I love you too, girl. Go get some sleep. So we'll end up taking that out of there. and coming down on an angle like that to give us that Mando-y kind of look. Now, I'm concerned that taking this material out of here is going to reduce the rigidity of the front of the helmet. So my plan is, while we cut this out, we're going to put a layer behind here, so it'll be that 10mm back. So that'll be countersunk and painted black, as opposed to actually removed. Okay, and then we've got to shape this a little more. I don't think we need that peak on the front so much. And it's got that gold trim that will come down. There's an arrow. And all sorts of stuff. We're going to get rid of the earpiece out of there. These guys have got to go in here to give us more side. And this recess here is where the ear is on the helmet. That's right. There is where the ear is. That's going to be filled in so the helmet is solid across there. So we can mount the horns here. But do you think that it will work for what we want to do? That piece there is actually going to come across and form a dome and will go on the back of the helmet there. More glue. So I know how much of the face to cover with, how much of that to cover with glue. once we get it all together, we'll let the glue dry for a while, and then hit it with the heat gun so that all the foam relaxes and gets constricted into the shape that all these cuts and joins want to pull it into, and that it does that nice and smoothly around each of the curves. And it should spread the force or the stress of the glue lines across the entire build evenly, kind of thing. Makes sense, I think. If anything, maybe. See what happens if we continue that line. Keep putting my palm in the glue, don't I? Because I'm new to this foam gluing adventure, apparently. So when I'm gluing lines together, like this one here, what I tend to do is bring this outside face together first and try and make sure that the two surfaces are flush. Then when I've got them together, I join the whole flat surface. So you've got a good bond, all right, and the entire width of the two surfaces is glued, but your priority is what is this going to look like, because this is the outer face. So yeah, that's why I bring the two edges together flush first, then roll so I bring it together like so, yeah, then roll it together after I've made sure that this outer layer is as smooth as possible as I can get it, and that tends to be how I'm getting as acceptable seams as I am. Okay, what we'll do is we'll throw some glue in these two V's, put this aside to cure, and then put that cheat paste in, because by then that glue should have had enough time to cure, I think. Pulling the pieces apart so I can get glue right into the inside part of the V without building up a big pool of glue and pushing it in there, because that's not going to dry. It's going to Ayet Chan is now following. Thank you very much for the follow, Ayet. I appreciate that. If you like what you're seeing, you can find more of it down there on the Facebook page, on the Instagram page, and of course most of these streams end up on my YouTube channel eventually. I say eventually because editing video is not necessarily my favourite pastime, but they do end up there for prosperity and reference. There we go. So welcome very much to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yep. So as you can see in the description, I'm in the process of making a Warhammer 40k helmet. This is a Chaos Lord helmet, but we're using, of all things, Dr. Fate's helmet as the bare base before we start chopping bits off and gluing bits on, and of course adding those glorious horns to the side of it. But I wanted a nice structure to use for the basis of the helmet, and this looks like it's going to work pretty damn well for our needs. Okay. Let's bring this piece to play. So again, starting it off, making sure that this outside edge is flush is my priority, so that when I do bring those surfaces together, there shouldn't be a whole lot of difference between the levels of these two surfaces. In fact, there shouldn't be any goddamn difference in the level of these two surfaces. For all intents and purposes, it should be one piece, which is really nice in theory. Let's see how we go in practice, shall we? It's a pretty good scene. Now to push the faces together to close up all gaps. I like that. That's jumped in there really nice. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Of course, we need to heat it up so that that flare that we're getting there doesn't happen, that the helmet curves in. We're going to fill in that earpiece, which will help keep it a nice smooth shape right across to the back of the helmet. But we can't go there before we finish going here. I really wonder if that should have started up higher. Maybe we should check. I made a boo-boo. No, it does not go all the way. It does not go all the way up there. It does indeed start back there. Cool bananas. Let's proceed then with the plan. Just going to need a line across here. And a line across there. All that surface gets covered in glue. So thanks to everybody who's joined and followed and subscribed tonight. We're a long time between streams, unfortunately. Life has had its little share of ups and downs the last few months, and I haven't been able or enthused enough to stream. But all that has changed now, I hope. I have to get back into the flow of it and do it more regularly. You see across the bottom of the screen there a few social media addresses. If you like what you're seeing, you can see more of my stuff on Facebook. Lots of photos go up on Instagram normally. Well, I haven't done any progress shots of this at all tonight. It's all just been straight streaming. All of my streams tend to end up arriving on YouTube at that address there eventually. And like most creatives, sometimes getting your job done costs a little more than you budget for. So if any of you would like to consider being patrons, there's a patron address there as well for you to check out and see what was what patron-wise. But I understand most people who follow me on Twitch are in exactly the same book as me. So hey, that's okay. Tell your rich friends to help us all out. Okay, so once again, we're joining these two surfaces together now to close up that V and give this a rounded shape, which is the back of the helmet down to pretty much where your spine meets your skull. And I'm joining them together from the outside surface, making sure that it's as flush as possible first. Then when I'm happy with that, I'm going to roll that closed and let the surface area inside there hold everything together, but giving us a nice smooth seam. At least that's the plan. Okay, let's close up that one. Starting from the inside of the V, obviously, and working our way out, because if you misalign it and you're working from the outside in, you've got nothing to work with then. You can't pull or stretch or warp anything because the foam's got nowhere to go. That's actually joined up well, so we've got those two V's there now to close up, which will bring that into shape. And then this part will tuck in to there and form the back of the helmet, like so. And then we've got three more pieces. These three pieces here join on there and form the bottom. And that gives us the Dr. Fate helmet without any trimming on it, which will be the basis for our Warhammer helmet. Okay, let's whack some glue in those two V's, give that time to cure off, and see about sticking this piece in there. How you doing, Bubby? So a nice even surface of glue without getting big gobby pools down in that V, in the sharp part of the V. You guys can sit there for a sec. Alright. Spider webs. Okay, that looks like a good level glue all the way out to the outside edge. So that's going to come together nicely. Let's put it over there. Put this other cheek piece in here. And this other cheek piece in here. Yeah, that glue's biting really well. Try to adjust it for a little bit of flushness, and you did not want to let go. Okay, so now we've got that outside surface nice and flush. We're going to push the two walls together and close up that gap between them. Okay, so now that's really wide across the front. I don't want to pull it against while we've only just put the glue together and leave it a little bit to cure. But we're very, very close now to having the whole helmet in one piece. The back of the skull cap goes on after these two seams are joined up. So that's... this is my second stream, Death Bright. I did a 2-hour stream before dinner and back again for another 2.5 hours now. I'm probably going to be after 3. It has been a long, long time, DB. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it won't be anywhere near as long now that I'm getting back into the flow of things. Did I show you the Nordic carved heart helmet? Have you seen that on the other mediums? I've got it sitting here beside me. I've been showing off to everybody. I really like it. Now it'll give me an opportunity to let this glue dry. So let's pop these two bits over there off camera and grab my beauty. So that is the latest commission that I finished, the horn steel helmet from Skyrim. I got, you did see it, I'm loving it. I've got to darken off the tips a bit more. You can see a bit of whitewashy coming through here, which isn't quite right, and on the sides of the horns there. But I put some clear over the top so it won't wash off the black when I put the next coat of black onto the tips. But yeah, it's coming up really good. I did the Cosplay Chris shoe polish stain and weather technique. So getting dirt and grime in there. And of course my 3D printed chainmail is bloody perfect. I'm loving this on the horn. We wanted it to be out of the game, kind of gritty and used, not straight off of the production line, so the client is damn happy. And considering how patient the client's been, because it started before Dad, I'm happy that they're still happy with it, which is good. So that piece there is going to go across there. How's life been? You know, like everybody else's. Some ups and some downs and some in the middles. It's been life. Was all sad and in the dumps for quite a while. And then I thought, well, so good at time management. Aren't we all? I managed to forget there's a clock quite a lot. Yes, that seems closed up really well. Yeah, I just I lost my mojo for a while there, and thankfully everybody who's got commissions has been extremely understandable. You're in Con Crunch? Lady Loki is a pain in the butt. Is she? I don't know. I'm pretty certain I saw some build photos of yours that I would be really proud to call my own. Oh, yeah. You've been working on her for 3 weeks. And you need to remember that you've done a lot. You have done a lot. Okay, so now 17 more days to get at least her base done. Well, you're giving yourself a target. Now, this is going to go all the way around there. So let's slap some glue on this puppy. So why 17 days to get the base done? When's the con on? Don't say 18 days. That will freak me right out. Oh, okay, so 17 days is when the con's done. Okay. So you'll be happy debuting the base at the con, will you? I mean, I know you want to get it finished, but... Okay. Do you have to be on top of it, or you really want to be on top of it? Because one's kind of life-threatening, and one's just anxiety-inducing. And I've really been telling anxiety to go fuck off the last couple of months. I don't need any more. You'd rather be able to sleep the night before? Indeed. It's one of those perverse pleasures, pushing yourself to get it done for the con, killing yourself the days of the con to show it off, and then sleeping for like 48 hours after the con. And I don't know why we do it, but it's like an adrenaline junkie high. It's the only way I know how to operate now. It can't be good for me. It can't be good for any of us. That's the plan? Yep. Thousands of kilometers apart, working on entirely different projects, cosplayers come together for that weekend of flogging themselves to death over costumes. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Your other 2-day cosplay are nice and easy to wear? Sweet. Yeah, I've got a guest appearance at a convention in, what is it, 3 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time, something like that. 3 weeks' time. Oh, my lordy. No. What? Yes, 3 weeks' time. Elastigirl and Nurse Joy from Pokemon. Good, good. So something you can actually walk the floor, enjoy the con, hang with your mates, go get coffee and Pocky. I'm going to be wearing the Nordic again for this guest appearance, but it's only like a 5-hour con, a 1-day job. So yes, you want one that you can socialise in, and you want one that you can strut your stuff and stuff. Don't want to be too much in character in Loki. No, because Loki's a prick. Why don't you want to be Loki any longer than you had to be? Well, it's because you enjoy being a prick, then that's all right then, I suppose. And you just can't trust him. Or, in this case, her. Okay, I think putting the back of that on there is really going to pull that together. Give me the... Been working with real leather. Oh my god. Way too much fun? I've been watching Wiru do his next build. And his is all leather again. And his giant Bahamut was leather as well. It's just... I couldn't afford to do a leather build. You found it beautiful. Hey, if you found the medium that excites you and fires you up, then expense be damned. You go for it, girl. Whoops. Yeah, contacted D said, don't make contact with it. It costs about as much as Warbler would. Yeah, I can't afford Warbler either. Look at what I'm working with. Secondhand floor mats. Oh, okay, so it costs as much as Warbler, but you get more material for your cost. Okay, that's good, because I always thought leather, natural, was going to be horrendously expensive, because, you know, like, you got to kill an animal for it. And whereas Warbler, all you got to do is cut down some trees and grind some plastic into it or something. I don't know. Talking out my bum. That end there. Okay, let's see about putting these two together. Might have to take more time for the headdress. Make it look more Celtic knotty. Okay, I like that idea. Celtic knotties is good. Okay. Fun. Here we come. Oh, come on, I need a good grip on that so I can. It's probably not on camera, is it? Oh, it is. Well, it's in frame, kinda. I'm sorry, guys. I can get the cinematography right, or I can get the goddamn build right, okay? Yeehaw! Oh, look at that bloody big seam in there. Freaking thing. Look at that. Pull the helmet together though, eh? I mean, I got to get heated up so that flare pisses off. I'll have to fill some of those seams with some more glue. Hit it with the heat gun so that it takes a shape and it all relaxes together. But it will. All the stress will get evenly proportioned across it, but we've got to let the glue cure off a bit. So let's whack some glue in here and close that gap up. Saves us putting a whole lot of filler in there later on if we can get the glue to do its job correctly. And now that we've got these two walls taking some pressure, I can put some fresh glue in that split there. The camera does make these seams look like they're worse than they are, because what it's doing is picking up the blue ink and saying, hey, that's a dirty great big seam there. But it's not. Seams are pretty good, actually. It's the biro that I use to draw the lines, leaving traces behind in most cases. Okay. So only 3 more pieces to glue on this, and we'll see whether this base is actually going to be worth using and adapting for the Chaos Lord helmet. I think it is. I'm liking the overall shape. There's some filling to do, some cutaway to do, but other than that, I think we're going to end up with a result that is well usable. Nice. And then we can glue those two together and glue that to that in the next stage, so we can kind of get a bit of a production line thing happening here. Pushing the glue right out to this outer surface edge so that we end up with a nice clean seam. At least I hope we get a nice clean seam. So DB, you got any progress photos that you would like to share in chat for the rest of us to take a gander at? So it's that edge and this edge, because that is the outside edge at the very bottom of the helmet. I don't remember. Pop them in chat here so everybody who's sandbagging on the side there can click the links and take a gander as well. I'm pretty certain I did see you yesterday. Actually, I may not have, because yesterday I was kind of busy, and I've been busy all morning doing some stuff for the radio station. We had a talent quest outside today, so I did all the sound mixing for them. So that tied me up a fair bit today. Woohoo! Harness to keep my heavy tape and scale nail. Nice new tool you need to make strips out of foam easy. Was that one of the ones that Ted reviewed? With the circle cutter and stuff? Okay. That looks so much like bondage, DB. I'm sorry, sweetie. It does. But you won't be able to see it once you put the rest of the armour on. So, cool. So that's going to bear a lot of weight, which is good. Put a big old love heart on that. He doesn't know. Ooh, you know something Ted don't know. So it's like a leather cutter. It's from Tandy Leather. Look at that. Called it. What sorcery is this? American Sniper, the Dolly Baby. It's the one that's got the scene where he's holding a doll, pretending it to be his newborn child. Your scaly mail? Oh, oh. That's so pretty. Yeah, look, I already put a big old heart on that. Isn't it? Yeah, pretty.
I'm going to add
Okay.
hashtag mum life.
Because hashtag mum life. Okay. Hashtag daughter life. Too right, I know. Get up at 7:45 to take your daughter to school. Truth be known, I don't even remember getting up at 7:45 to take my daughter to freaking school. Yep, that closed that up really nicely. So that helmet needs to be squishy to bit. Right, those two bits together, and then those two bits on there, and I think after a 3-hour stream, we might call it quits for the evening. Because we did a 2-hour stream before we did the 3-hour stream. That's all by hand. You make the scale mail by hand. After the con, I want to make a big belt for Loki, then have leather art on it all for his children. The horse will hold your phone. The horse will hold your phone? That's working. Okay. So let's get these two bits together and then get these two bits on there, shall we? Don't stick to the bloody table. Make them into bags. Okay, cool. Yeah, I put a belt patch on the Nordic so I had somewhere to carry my phone. It's amazing how the judges freak out. Oh my god, he's got pockets for his phone! Well, yeah, I mean, costume's got to be practical. I mean, after I slay the dragon, I need a way to call Uber to take me home. So yes, you've got to be able to carry your phone with you. Almost. Come on. Perfect. Should have the fabric part of the corset done by Wednesday because it's nice and easy. No thinking pin and twill tape. Yep, sweet. Should have the scale stamp for the leather coming in soon so you can finish the outside leather. Then you can dye it, age leather before sealing it. Sweet. So you should be. I did a little bit of leather back in high school. I mean, and that would have been 100 years ago. Okay, then this glues on there and gives us that little ducktail bit at the back. Yes to go now? Hey, no worries, DB, quite understandable. And I'm literally going to glue this piece onto here and wrap up the stream. It's been 3 hours and there's my frame rate going all bullshitty for a reason too, for some, I don't know. But yeah, so I've only got about 10 minutes left. I won't be a stranger, I promise. I will be streaming more and more regularly. Get back into the grind again. I owe my patrons videos so that I can get their names out there. I will indeed. You too. Take care of yourself. Okay, let's put the yeah. Get rid of the gunky bit on the glue so it doesn't want to glue the lid to the top of the can. That's always a good move. Thank you very much, TT. I'm almost done for the night. I'm going to glue this last piece here on the back of the helmet, just waiting for the helmet to cure, the glue to cure, and then I'm going to wrap it for the evening, because that'll be 5 hours of comeback stream. I think that's enough. Get all the gunk off of here so that the lid doesn't want to glue shut. Needs to be hit with the heat gun so it'll all relax against the uneven pressures on the glue lines. But yeah, and I do believe that is going to give us a good base. I'll fill the ear in. Thank you. And I glue a piece in the ear to fill that in, so that we have a nice area here to mount the horns. This is for a commission. So proof of concept for the client. So yeah, that looks like we can do it. Let's stick this in here. The client has me doing some bits of armor for their Chaos build, and not the entire suit, but the vast majority of the hard parts. They're doing the soft bits, and they do a fair bit of 3D printing and stuff. In fact, they're the ones who 3D printed the chainmail for me for the steel horned helmet. I found and brought the patents for him and went, here, can you do this? Went, no, that's not possible. Went, yeah, go and do it. Do it, give it a try. And now he loves the fact that he can 3D print chainmail that it looks like 2-minute noodles until you break it off the bed and then scrunch it all up, and you end up with slabs of a 3D printed chainmail. That's the bit I had cut off the bottom of the helmet to make it flat. You are doing a lightning axe, and you're currently doing a bolter pistol. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's all pulling together quite. It needs to be hit with a heat gun and flattened out like so. Like I said, filling in that ear will be easy enough to do. I'll just cut that, trace that shape, bring those lines together like so. And glue a plug in there and a plug in there. So I'm going to let that rest before I hit it with the heat gun and then let it pull itself into shape. But I think that, oh, he has a bigger head than me, but this is a perfect. And now I can't see. Where's the button? There you go. I can go to battle like that, can't I? So yeah, we'll plug in the ears, we'll put the horns. There's a lot of detail. So we're going to end up with we should end up with something that looks a bit like that when I'm done. anything, I'll bring that. Yeah, looking at that, I think what I'll do is actually bring that across more that way-ish kind of thing, instead of across here. Bring it in and round it across to, you know, like that. But I do believe that that is a good starting place for that helmet. Considering I didn't have an actual pattern for that helmet, bastardizing the Dr. Fate helmet will work well. Woohoo! Okay, my friends, thank you very, very much for joining me for tonight's stream. I am actually going to pull the pin now that we've been going for 3 hours or 5 hours, depending upon when you joined me, before dinner or after dinner. It's good to be back. It's been quite a while. Let's change that to face cam so I can see your lovely selves. Yeah, so I'm Tyrannus Cosplay. Like it says just there in yellow, where is it up there? It's called Cosplay because it's meant to be fun. Play, fun. Okay? Don't stress about this stuff. Enjoy yourselves. If you like anything that you've seen me do, I'm going to fade that background music way, way down now. If you've liked any of my builds or anything that I'm doing tonight and you want to see more, you can see my links across the bottom, or at least the addresses across the bottom. Where's my pointy finger thing? Okay, we have, there is the Facebook page. Over here is the Instagram page, right? Most of my streams end up on YouTube, and you can help me out by obviously subscribing to the channel here, or maybe feeling very generous, there I have a Patreon page with rewards for different levels of patronage, from $1 through to whatever you can afford to throw at me. So I'm gonna love yous and leave yous and sign off, and maybe play some games and watch some telly and wind down because it's almost midnight. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.